Imagine a world where the sun rises and you simply stay awake. No yawns, no heavy eyelids, no longing for a pillow. You just continue indefinitely. It sounds like the ultimate productivity hack, a way to reclaim a third of your life. Imagine what you could achieve: more work, more learning, more experiences. But what would truly happen if humanity, or even just you, suddenly lost the ability to sleep? What horrors would unfold as the most fundamental biological process unravels, turning your very being into a waking nightmare? Today, on Simple Schematic, we're looking through the layers of consciousness and biology. We're going to explore what life would be like without sleep, dissecting the horrifying, systematic breakdown of your body and mind when the essential act of rest is completely removed. Prepare to understand the unseen mechanics of your own survival and why the cessation of consciousness is not just a luxury, but an absolute, non-negotiable command from your brain, a nightly repair cycle vital for your very existence. The very first hours without sleep might feel like a minor inconvenience. After about 12 to 18 hours of continuous wakefulness, your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm, begins to protest. You'd start to feel general fatigue, maybe a little irritable, and your focus would begin to waver. Your reaction times would noticeably slow, plummeting to levels comparable to someone with a blood alcohol content of 0.05%. Legally impaired in many places. Simple, routine tasks become harder. Complex decisions, almost impossible. Your judgment, especially regarding risk assessment, would be compromised. Your eyes might sting. A persistent dull ache would set in behind your forehead, and you'd find yourself yawning incessantly. This is just the subtle symphony of your brain beginning to protest its unnatural, overstimulated state. As you push past 24 hours awake, the effects deepen dramatically. Your cognitive performance would plummet further, comparable to someone with a blood alcohol content of 0.10%, clearly intoxicated. Your memory would start playing severe tricks on you, making it incredibly hard to recall recent events, even conversations that just occurred. Your ability to concentrate on any single task would diminish rapidly, with attention lapsing frequently. Your mood would swing wildly, from profound irritation and anger to sudden, inexplicable sadness, or even profound apathy. Emotional regulation becomes nearly impossible. Small annoyances could trigger disproportionate outbursts. Crucially, you might start experiencing microsleeps, brief, involuntary moments where your brain simply shuts down for a few seconds, even while your eyes are open and you appear awake. These are terrifying, leaving you utterly disoriented and incredibly dangerous if performing critical tasks like driving, where even a few seconds of unconsciousness can lead to catastrophe. Beyond 48 hours of sleep deprivation, your mind truly begins to unravel. The psychological symptoms become dominant and deeply unsettling, often resembling early-stage psychosis. You might start to experience vivid, disorienting hallucinations, seeing things that aren't there, fleeting shadows, distorted figures in your peripheral vision, shimmering patterns on surfaces. You might hear whispers or faint sounds or feel strange phantom sensations on your skin, like insects crawling. These aren't just blurry images, they can be profoundly realistic and terrifying, making it almost impossible to distinguish reality from delusion. Paranoia might set in, making you intensely distrustful and anxious, believing you are being watched, followed, or conspired against. Your sense of reality becomes fundamentally distorted as your brain struggles to interpret the world through a thick fog of exhaustion. You might enter dreamlike states while still technically awake, blurring the line between consciousness and a waking nightmare, a state akin to controlled torture used in some interrogations. Pushing past 72 hours, the physical deterioration becomes alarming and visible. Your immune system, which relies on sleep for crucial maintenance and the production of infection-fighting cells like T cells and cytokines, would be severely compromised, leaving you highly vulnerable to any illness, from common colds to more serious infections. Your hormones would be thrown into chaos. Increased stress hormones like cortisol disrupting mood, metabolism, and suppressing immune function, impaired insulin sensitivity, leading to higher blood sugar levels and increased risk of type 2 diabetes, and profound disruption of appetite-regulating hormones like ghrelin and leptin, leading to intense cravings for unhealthy, high-calorie foods, despite your body literally running on fumes. Your physical coordination would be profoundly impacted, making even simple movements clumsy and difficult, akin to a severe neurological disorder. Your skin might look pale and sallow, your eyes sunken and bloodshot, your hair greasy and unkempt, reflecting the massive internal strain. The true devastating toll of sleep deprivation is largely paid by the brain. During wakefulness, neurons are constantly firing, a highly active process that produces metabolic byproducts, essentially cellular waste, including neurotoxins. Sleep acts as the brain's unique detox system, a nightly housekeeping ritual. During deep sleep, the brain's cerebrospinal fluid washes through the brain tissue via what's called the glymphatic system, literally flushing out these waste products, including amyloid beta proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease. Without sleep, these toxins would build up, clogging neural pathways and significantly impairing brain function. Critical brain regions suffer disproportionately. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive functions like decision-making, planning, impulse control, and problem-solving, would essentially go offline, leading to incredibly impulsive, irrational, and reckless behavior. The amygdala, the brain's fear and emotion center, becomes hyperactive and dysregulated, contributing to heightened anxiety and mood swings. The hippocampus, vital for memory formation and consolidation, would be severely impaired, preventing new memories from sticking and making learning almost impossible. Sleep is the brain's nightly reset, reorganization, and repair cycle, a period of synaptic pruning, trimming unnecessary connections, and potentiation, strengthening vital ones. Without it, the damage would accumulate relentlessly, spiraling towards irreversible cognitive decline. Historically, sleep deprivation experiments have been rare and ethically fraught, often limited by the body's overwhelming, uncontrollable urge to sleep. Randy Gardner, a high school student, famously stayed awake for 264 hours, 11 days in 1964 under strict medical supervision, setting a documented record. By the end, he experienced severe cognitive and psychological impairments, including paranoia, hallucinations, and extreme mood swings, struggling to complete even basic cognitive tasks. Beyond forced deprivation, incredibly rare genetic conditions like fatal familial insomnia tragically demonstrate the grim ultimate fate of those unable to sleep. Over months and years, victims experience progressively worsening insomnia, leading to severe physical and mental deterioration, including dementia, hallucinations, and eventually death, typically within 18 months to 2 years. This horrifying disease starkly illustrates that sleep is not optional. It is fundamentally essential for the continued function of life. The brain will find a way to shut down, even if it means doing so in a fragmented, uncontrolled, and ultimately fatal manner, proving that life without sleep is simply not possible. So, what would life be like without sleep? It would be a progressive descent into physical decay and profound psychological torment, a horrifying unraveling of everything that makes us human. Sleep is not merely a passive break. It's an active, complex, and vital biological process underlying everything from memory consolidation and emotional regulation to immune system function and cellular repair. It is the hidden work our bodies do every night to keep us alive, coherent, and capable. The mechanics may seem mundane, but their absence reveals a profound truth. Our consciousness, our health, our very existence are utterly dependent on that mysterious cessation we call sleep. It is the ultimate testament to the unseen mechanics of our own survival, ensuring that tomorrow our minds are ready to face the world anew, a nightly reset without which there is no conscious tomorrow. What fascinating aspect of sleep, or lack thereof, do you find most intriguing? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this chilling dive into the science of sleep deprivation enlightening, hit that like button and subscribe to Simple Schematic for more.